If we are ready to jump in, the person doing last time is Brian.
Well, that's a problem because I don't remember what happened last time.
You
This too is the darkness.
fought you fought people in the cave. You returned. There was a Razzo. You got mad at him because he was being annoying, and he changed voice actors.
Because as it so happens, the Razzo we'd been traveling with was not Razzo.
Exactly.
Knock on
He was
last
a
time.
fako.
50 pence says it was Byron.
That's what I was thinking, but freaking
In character, who knows?
I love that there was a knock on last time and it's 25 plus.
Yeah.
It's like 50-50, but only half that.
25, still a 50-50. Still 50 chance. 2 25s is 50.
Anyway, yes, I could give you a smaller thing so that you could read it for the last time or whatever, but yeah, it's fine. Basically, you guys defeated Autumn Sprite. Silver did not want to fight, but there was a fight anyway. You killed him. You were going to get the money, but the money was gone because Razzo had ran off. Or rather, not Razzo had ran off. And then you went back to Mork, taking Shauna along. And then you talked to Razzo in Mork. And then you met the big, huge, giant collector person who happened to be
he
Cad.
wasn't big or huge.
And also was Cad. Yeah.
Perhaps it was a tall tale.
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
Ha. Ha.
I'm short.
No.
I thought you were actually tall for being short.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm tall for a kobold. That does not make me tall generally. I'm still under 4 feet.
For what it's
I'd be at
worth,
eye level with Markiplier.
for what it's worth, technically, though it has only been said maybe once or twice in game, Oak is a runt for furbolgs. He's still very tall, but he's not tall for a furball.
A poor bastard.
Anyway, because he was a runt for his tribe of people back when he lived with furbolgs. But anyway, so yeah, you had returned to Mort. You had talked to Razzo. You had met back up with Cat again, and I believe the what is this? Ha 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 ha.
A cold skunk is a snowball.
I mean, we're in the right continent for that pun to work.
Yeah,
Exactly. Anyway, go ahead.
But anyway, yeah, I think the plan was you were going to make sure that Shauna had made it home safe because she was not in Mort, or at least not with y'all.
Yeah, and Razzo refused to tell us who was the guy that there was running around with us. Pissed Silver off even more, and now we gotta go find and make sure that she's doing okay.
So, I would imagine then that you guys will we will start this particular session with the group leaving Mork and heading for the town that Shauna had mentioned that she wanted to go home to, which is Kataquie, which you guys have not actually been to.
Can I request a perception check from the party other than Skunk?
Why am I excluded?
Interesting.
Because you never
You
met
did
him
not
before?
know Cadril prior to immediately just then.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay.
What do I see?
More than me.
Well, that sounds about up for you, so.
Bjorn's
Just don't
like,
adjust though.
I remember this snow. Wait. Did I see this exact snow before?
And
29.
Oak.
Yep. And then this person.
Silver and Oak
I don't
notice. Silver and Oak notice that Cadril is kind of wearing the gi kind of thing. I think he got that the last time we visited up here.
Yes.
But I don't appear to have any other effects to myself unless they are well hidden.
Okay.
All right then.
Like no giant weapon over the shoulder, etc. But yeah, just a friendly out of character reminder. When Cadril left, he basically left everything on his person to the party.
Yep.
Why a Yu-Gi-Oh card?
Why not?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I mean, I guess.
And his serial number is Skunk001.
No,
Yep.
that's his set number.
Okay.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
It might as well be. It's fine.
No, his serial number is down in the bottom left.
Ow. Okay.
His set number indicates what number of card he is in which release set. Like which expansion.
Right, I know.
Evidently you didn't, or I wouldn't have had to have explained that to you.
I meant in the sense of... I was calling it the same thing as a joke because I didn't realize they actually had the appropriate number on it. The thing that I didn't know about was the second thing you said. Anyway. Moving on. Yeah. So, you guys will realize that Cad still does not have, or he's not carrying weapons on him. Those of you that saw it and noticed.
Which is Oak and Silver if she happens to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which I'm not asking for anything. I'm just throwing that out there.
Right.
Because I'm sure we won't have any combats today.
Not today, anyway. Probably. But,
I'll just look intimidating. That's kind of my job anyway.
Ain't that the truth?
so, will you guys be trying to see if Razzo will come along or any of that, or you're just gonna?
No.
I'm sure you would just fuck it off and leaving him like, no, we're done with you. You suck.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd double check. Okay, so the group will be heading. What was the?
I think the plan is we were just going with Cad for the time being because he could get us to see Aza.
No, we were heading to Kataquie to go find the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Razzo had promised to take her there, but obviously he's kind of slimy, so.
That wasn't the right... That's the thing. That wasn't the right Razzo. And since the real Razzo... I guess the real Razzo? I don't know. Refused to tell us who it was.
Yep.
Who the other person was. So now we gotta actually go and hunt down the girl and make sure that she's okay. Because if not, there's going to be no more Mork.
Oh shit.
There'll be no more Razzo at least. Mork,
Yeah.
leave that be.
Yeah.
Razzo though, oh yeah, we can make a noose out of his testicle cords. It's fine.
Well then.
Y'all so mean to my characters. Good grief.
Razzo ain't yours.
Actually, he was.
Technically.
Oh,
Well, he can freak off.
As was Brannigan, which y'all hated. As was...
Oh, dear Lord. Wait,
well,
Brannigan,
what do I call
was he the...
that?
Brannigan was
Witch.
the high elf, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
To be fair, of all my characters, he was the one intentionally designed to be annoying.
I don't recall this one at all.
I think I
It's-
smacked him at one point.
He was
No.
from the town that Locke was from, right?
Yep.
Yes. What happened
Oh,
was we just got done
him.
fighting the Shadow Dragon. We were coming by. We were taking. I rescued people and making sure they got to Seven
Right,
Laura because they were
I
there.
remember now. The guy who took the credit for all our hard work.
Yeah, and it pissed
Yeah.
Riven off so much that she wanted to go and burn the town.
Yep.
Wasn't it Locke who talked her out of it? Like, no, not worth it, not worth it. Trust me, I know these shits, they are not worth the air.
Yeah, and the Axis was like, do it.
Because we had yet to catch on to that fucking thing yet.
Yeah. It's like the moment they get out of town, Silver just stands there for like 10 minutes.
You okay, Silver? Ask Young.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
After 10 minutes, a spectral horse appears.
Ah, right. Makes sense.
Ooh.
I have yet to figure out how to, like, make that spell go faster.
There isn't a way. Because, well,
Well, the thing is, I thought I could get away with it using Hasten spell, but that doesn't exactly work.
no. Spells that are designed to be used outside of combat by virtue of being a minute or more to cast cannot be hasted.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the horse can be used for combat. It has an attack.
Yes. It just would have to be summoned first.
Yeah.
It would have to be,
Mechanics.
it had to be summoned outside of combat, or you're going to spend however many rounds of combat to summon it. Anyway,
You,
No,
you know how
10
they
rounds.
have like the portable hole that you can like fold up and put in your pocket?
yeah.
You need a portable stable of holding.
No.
And you just summon them whenever you have downtime and just shove them in there. And then whenever you need, you open up and whistle and he comes out.
Well, that's not exactly how
That's not how that
Fine
works.
Steed works, but
Anyway, moving on. I had assumed that during that time Bjorn will probably do Fine Steed as well for Rupert.
Hell yeah, he will.
Yep. So let's see. Oak can ride with Bjorn, and then Yon can ride with Silver, and then theoretically Skunk could just hop on back at Cat. You're wrong.
Yeah, but Skunk doesn't know CAD yet.
This is true. So we've also established that you can theoretically ride on Rupert with Bjorn and Oak. It's just slightly awkward. Because we did that as a thing at one point.
I think for now Skunk is going to stick to the ground.
Fair enough. Because he's pretty quick on his feet anyway, being a rogue.
That and, you know, a big new dude, want talk.
So I think as you guys are beginning to make your way towards Kataquie, Oak will think on that comment about, seeing that the 29 of Cad being without his stuff, and ask, so Cad, during your time away, did you learn a new way of fighting, or did you want your gear back from before? We still have it, I think. Right, Silver?
maybe.
That's reassuring.
Maybe.
Kind of got distributed across the group, didn't it?
Some of it did, except we have them all still in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Well, answering your question, he sort of looks slightly embarrassed for a second and is like, well, that was intended to be gifts. But no, not necessarily a new fighting style per se, but I do feel a little bit more confident in confrontations, but I've not really been using big scary weapons because I haven't been having to.
Yeah, you're just
Kill
going
people.
around and collecting things, haven't you? Nice and cushy.
I mean, you don't need to use a big scary weapon. You are big and scary.
He chuckles in character. Thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was basically able to find ways to intimidate people without having to be as directly violent. So yeah, that agrees with me immensely. But yeah, at the moment I'm currently just equipped with these, and he holds up his like fists. So hopefully nothing goes too awry.
Okay then. Well,
Uh-huh.
There is anything I've learned in the 5 minutes I've been with these people, that is a lost hope.
Boy learns quick.
Yeah, I am. Look at me go. And I just run a quick lap around the group. See? Quick.
that's
The snow starts melting under your feet.
The climate begins to change.
We are swept away by a tornado.
My body heat is global warming.
Spring comes to a bond for the first time in 10,000 years.
Out of context, Kobold screaming, "My body heat is global warming!"
Is
Yeah,
in all
that-
caps. My body heat is global warming.
a. All right. So I suppose then you guys will continue begin making your way to Kataquie, which
Mm-hmm.
you guys haven't actually been to, and though it's not marked on the map, there are roads, so it's easy enough to follow and find. Especially since you still have access to a weatherstone to prevent the blizzard. Though the blizzard is a lot less than it was the past few days.
Anyway. So. Oh.
Yep.
Excuse me. So,
Nice.
en route, at some point, Skunk is gonna slink back to the rest of the group, kind of I'd say, at this point, just an idle chatter. Can I get an idea of who in the group has been consistently here the longest? Because I imagine Skunk has gotten the vibe that people come and go from here every so often.
Oak.
Yeah.
I mean, that is technically true, and I know that as a player. Can Skunk figure that out?
What precisely is he looking to get with that particular kind of information?
He's trying to figure out who to talk to get the scoop on the elephant in the room.
Ow.
Well, he knows that 3 of us recognized him. Wait, is my math right? Yes.
Yes. Maybe roll insight on Skunk.
Okay.
Insight's usually used for, like, telling if somebody's lying, but this would technically be an insight type thing.
13.
Yeah. You can sort of recall that, based on the previous interactions, that Young, Oak, Silver, and Bjorn all knew who Cad was. And given that Oak made the conversation earlier about, whether or not he wanted his weapons or not, and Silver potentially having them in the bag of holding and blah blah, it's easy enough to determine that you could probably talk to any of the 4 of them to get any kind of scoop on Cad if you wanted it.
Okay. If just about any of them will do, then, where's a coin? I need a coin. Heads, it's tails, it's
What?
Heads, it's tails, it's
Heads, it's
I rolled
Okay. So, Skunk is gonna go sidling up to Rupert. where Bjorn is.
Oh, it was the mounts.
I was flipping a coin to see which of the two other player characters I wanted to talk to. All right, so I will skedaddle over to Rupert, to Bjorn.
So, this CAD person, you guys know each other, right? Like, you go way back?
Well, I wouldn't say I personally go way, way back with him, but yes, we've fought together many times.
What's the story? Because I'm like the newest person here, and there's a lot of context I am missing.
Hold on.
Does Bjorn remember?
Actually, Bjorn got pretty close to Cad.
He did, yeah. They hung out a lot. But
I
it was a
just
lot
put
of
him
Bjorn,
at-
like, giving him, like, stuff, I feel like.
Cad had a lot of baggage.
Yeah.
But some of that's been replaced with a small inquisitive dude. Because they carried him around everywhere we went.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Should have charged him.
No.
I remember Cad had some stuff going on with his spirits. That's the main thing that sticks out.
He couldn't control his rages. He ran off in the
That's-
middle of the night.
That's right. That's right.
Handful of occasions where he just straight up went apeshit and attacked everyone else, and we couldn't find out
Yep.
why.
And I'm
That-
guessing this is trying not to be in the earshot of him.
I don't think
That is something that I do not believe Bjorn will relate. No. That part.
This is mostly out of character for confirmation for David, I think.
Oh,
Yes.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Alright. Well, Bjorn will catch Skunk up as best he can, I suppose.
That Cad was in the party before Bjorn started too.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah.
So Bjorn will give Skunk as much as he can, which is basically what we just went over. But yeah.
Minus the bit about not being able to control himself, I would imagine.
Yes, that part obviously.
Yeah.
We don't need to mention that to Skunk. Hopefully Skunk will never know.
I'm sure Skunk would appreciate the hell out of that sentiment.
Depends on if it's going to matter to Skunk in the long run.
Depends on how hard he gets hit by an elephant, I guess.
Yeah.
Depends on if he has warning that he might.
For some reason, I'm now picturing Scott being like, "Okay, big guy, launch me that way," and he like crouches. Zoom!
Or
Home run!
It's like, just to clarify, I'm swinging for non-lethal damage just in case. Yeah. Okay.
Actually, it would be really cool for Cad to do fastball special. with
fastball
Skunk.
spell.
The skunk chuckers.
Nyong.
Chunkers Anonymous. Hi, I'm Cadriel. I chunk skunks.
Is there any other conversations that want to be had along the way?
Skunk's curiosity is satisfied for the moment, so not from him.
Okay. So you're going to get about a day out, and then you can do some watches, which I don't know how we want to do watches, unless we do it the same way as before. Hold on.
I mean, Skunk is still sticking with Bjorn because big percept with low percept. Also,
So
just
that would
counteracting
make
David's
Cad and
AD
Oak.
20 luck.
I'll watch.
Yep. So Bjorn and Skunk, Cad and Oak, and then Silver and Young.
Yep, the lesbians get a watch to themselves.
Of course.
Oh shit. Burrito.
Mm-hmm. The elephant is going for a burrito.
reload.
Okie dokie. Let me roll for nope, just because. And Bjorn can roll as well. Might as well. Just to get it out of the way.
Oh wow! All right.
No, wow. Oak rolled crap.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, no, that's on brand for you there, David.
Yep.
This system,
Very
man.
No,
This dice roller specifically, it seems like it gets better when you pull out the live dice.
it sometimes does.
Sometimes.
But
So we're all just rolling perceptions.
yeah, you can.
Everyone,
Yeah. I think
Oh my!
I click
Someone rolled
perception
worse than me.
I click perception, and the the graphics for the dice just shot towards the top of my screen, and then was like, nope, one. It's like, oh, that's aggressive.
so. You dropped your dice. The virtual you dropped the dice. Well,
Well, that's fine because I think isn't that young?
Yeah, it's young. Yes.
Silver's like, look at Young being all perceptive.
No, I would probably say she didn't sleep that night.
Well, I'm tired and shit.
Yeah.
Or didn't sleep well anyway.
Like she tried to sleep and then just couldn't.
I mean, if I want to be a really mean DM and you want to say that, I could give her a point of exhaustion.
That's fine. Or if you want me to roll for it, I can roll.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Roll con save.
I'm out.
Damn.
Goodbye.
Jesus.
Well then,
That's fine.
not gonna really matter because as long as she sleeps the next couple days, she's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
I gotta look up exhaustion.
ability saves and
Yeah. I can pull it up. I got the power of the internet.
Tree. What are you doing here?
It's not true.
It's almost Tree.
No. Okay, so I just have
That is a
disability.
very funny little image thing. Anyway, I had to read it for a
Yes.
second, but yes. So, as long as there aren't really any other particular conversations anybody wants to have, we can just say that you continue on. How long does Fine Steed last, technically?
It can last 8 hours. We just have to resummon it in the morning, I
Yeah.
think.
Basically.
Yeah.
So the steeds can just disappear and reappear as the days go on, and then you can just continue to make your way there.
Yeah.
This seems reasonable.
I think,
This is very awkward traveling if we're not going to have any conversations.
I mean, not any specific conversations. I imagine that there might be a bit in there somewhere, especially if Silver has such a hard time sleeping in the first night. Young trying to see if she's okay, but I don't know if you want to RP that out.
Nah, I'm tired. I'm just tired.
Fair enough. So you guys will eventually make your way to Kataquie. You guys will make your way to Kataquie, and you'll eventually find your way there. And I don't have a map for Kataquie because I didn't ask for one, but it's fine.
Yeah, we're just there looking for people. That's it.
Yeah, you're pretty much going to be there and then leave. It's not going to be long. So, I would imagine that... How well-traveled would Bjorn be on Iban? Do you think he might have went to Kataquie at one time or another? Because the rest of the party hasn't, that's for sure.
I think it would be reasonable. He spent a lot of time traveling about after his tribe was initially scattered.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I think it's actually kind of reasonable for Bjorn to sort of lead the way within Kataquie because he's the only person who's been here. And lo and behold, one of the best places to find out about people is a tavern, which he would know where one is because he knows
It's
these
true.
things.
There's a good chance I know where every tavern in town is.
Every tavern in town, and possibly every tavern in every town of Iban.
And even the ones that aren't in town.
This is true. There might be a few of those. So, Bjorn, give me. I did technically have somebody roll survival to find their way in a town, even though it was an urban setting. So, roll survival, Bjorn. See if you can remember where the tavern is.
Well, it has been a little while since the last time I was here, but
12.
I think it's over this way.
Yep.
I'm sure we can just stop and ask someone, be like, "Hey, where's the tavern?"
No, you
Are
can't
you gonna
talk
be-
to.
Oh, you can't stop and ask for directions?
You can, but the people here are rude.
They're rude.
Mm-hmm.
He says with complete and total honesty. Anyway.
Well, here I just thought you're like one of the type of guys that refuse to ask for directions, even though they definitely know they're lost.
I found Kataquie.
Will you stop?
Cat in a queue.
It was a Kataquie.
The trees are eyes.
Anyway. So yes, you will make your way to a tavern within Kataquie, and in looking around as you travel through town, you will find that unlike Mork, Kataquie leans more towards the more medium-sized races rather than being mostly small races.
Yay.
So
Just like more.
Kataquie is less like thieving town and more like closer to a similar kind of town to Yukiegi, oddly enough. And it's really peaceful. It's got a small like fishing thing going on, being next to this lake behind it here.
Just
Ice fishing.
send out like full on like fishing boats and such.
Usually not. Usually not because it's primarily ice fishing. Yes.
Oh shit! Like it's frozen over, huh? Very nice.
It is.
Well, yeah, we're in the middle of winter, dude.
It's
Roll
Yeah.
17 d20 to ice skate to the other side. Go.
no.
Oh.
But yeah, it's got a small fishing side to it, though mostly ice fishing. Though in some instances they will go out on like bigger fishing boats to get down to like the actual river, lakes and things and oceans that's down this way. But regardless, it does have that small fishing element to it. And in finding the tavern, Bjorn probably frequents the taverns often. So you will see the barkeep for Kataquie's Tavern, which is somebody that you've at least talked to in passing once or twice. Who's a kind of a grizzled dwarf with like this braided long beard and sort of an older fellow. And he's friendly though, and despite you saying that the people in this town are rude, why you said that I don't know, but okay. It's because you didn't want to actually ask for directions. That's how it is anyway. It's fine.
All right.
So yeah, you will find the tavern and the tavern keep.
The tavern's inside of the tavern keep. He must be huge.
It's shush.
He is enormous.
Shush. Shush. I can word properly. It's fine.
Silver's gonna scry.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna scry for the girl.
Oh, okay. What is it? It's technically like wisdom, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
Nope.
Nope. I see her. Where's she at? Or
She
what's she doing?
she appears to be you will see her like she's in a bedroom of some house or other. Um she's happy wherever she's at. She's just having to try to she seems to be trying to reacquaint herself with where she is. Um
Getting tangles out of her hair. Eh.
that
It
too.
hurts, but it makes her happy to get them gone.
That's part of that.
All I know is that she's in some sort of room. Okay.
Yeah. But you can technically with the scrying eye, you can sort of move it around and
Yeah, I can only focus on her.
sure. Okay. But yeah, you see that she is happy and in a room somewhere.
And it's Shauna, right?
Shauna.
Yeah. Silver will go up to the barkeep and ask, like, "Hey, do you know this person?" After just standing there with staring into an orb.
Yeah. There's sort of like this moment where the tavern keeps looking at Bjorn and it's like, "Is your friend okay?" And then Silver was like, "Hey, do you know this person?" um. Shauna,
Yes.
I believe. Yeah, she was missing for quite a while. Leon had her brother had put up posters for finding.
Do you know where she is?
Yes. It would be the leather and tailor shop that's a couple buildings down from here.
Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.
Uh-oh.
What?
Bjorn's apparently
David lost power.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Still in call, at least. Or at least appears to be.
Discord might be.
It takes a
Yeah.
minute.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh.
because it's still showing that he's in the room.
Yeah.
Also,
Like-
apparently, somebody put up wanted posters. Have you seen this, Shauna?
No.
No.
It was more along the lines of like putting up messages for a quest board to try and rescue Shauna.
So, have you seen this, Shauna?
But yeah,
Fire with it.
he will point you in the right direction for a tailor
And
and
then-
leatherworking shop.
Oh, there he goes.
And there he goes.
And Silver will just head out towards that leather shop.
Okay. Is everyone else following Silver?
Might as well. So we're
Of
here.
course.
Okay.
The thick plottins.
Yeah.
The thick plottins?
Slot Pickens.
Oh,
Aww.
just no.
Yeah, I guess Silver's just booting the door and heading inside.
I mean,
Booting the door.
it is a shop, so you're not gonna have.
Yeah, so it's fine. Just like kind of boot, not a hard boot to break the door, but just enough to open it.
So
Oh.
not an advantage. Okay.
Still opens.
I mean, yeah. So in doing so, you will find a human male working behind a counter for like leatherworking and all that other fun stuff. And he's
All of a sudden, just like 6 people come piling in.
yeah. He's like,
Hello.
adventurers then.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I guess.
Welcome.
Yeah, but you pretty much hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah.
It's like Shauna or your money. I'm not leaving.
No, 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 please. We don't want to commit murder. No.
Thankfully, that wasn't in character, I'd imagine.
No, of course not.
Of course not.
No.
We're
Yeah.
foolish, but not by that much.
I mean, then again, Casual just got 3 levels of debt collector, so I mean,
Ha.
3 levels of debt collector. Jeez. Again, with a cushy job.
it doubles your movement speed at level 2, and at level 3 you can demand money.
As if CAD needs a double movement speed.
Yeah, no.
I really do.
No.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
I actually have cool shenanigans I can do. I really need double movement speed. It makes shenanigans better.
No.
Ping pong ball elephant.
Yes.
No.
I like pinball. But yes, pinball elephant.
Anyway, so yes, he will greet everyone that comes in and sort of surprised to see 6 people all at once. Well, hello.
Yes, we're looking for someone. We were told she's here.
Who are you looking for?
Shauna?
He sort of looks at everyone a little bit more intently for a second.
Just
Skunk
go
Skunk
tell her
puts on
that
his
a group of
biggest,
6
most
people
disarming
here.
grin.
We don't have all day. I gotta get to the capital, so
Wait here.
thank you.
He disappears in a puff of smoke. You lost him.
No. He will go from behind the counter area that he was working in and head upstairs to a room that he has the rooms that he has upstairs.
Okay, so we are in a shop right now, yes?
Basically,
Yes.
yes.
What type of shop?
Leather works and shit.
Leather working, tailor, that kind of thing.
Skunk is gonna be a cute little smartass. He's gonna find the softest thing in here, and he's going to start kneading it.
I was gonna say, is he gonna look for a little hat?
No, Skunk doesn't wear hats. His horns make it kind of difficult.
That's when you get a teeny tiny hat. That sits
So
in
you
between
find
the
something
horns.
soft and you knead it into submission, and then you plop it on your head.
Nah, sounds like too much work.
Okay.
He's just gonna find something soft and pliant and just start pushing his palms into it over and over again.
Well, all right then. So, after a little while, the fellow will return, and he will have Shauna behind him. And Shauna will see everyone of the group down here, and she's, hello.
Hi.
Okay, good. You're safe.
Yeah. Sorry I left like that. I just... Once you guys had made it back into Mork, I just really wanted to come home. And the other fellow that you had been traveling with just
Just what?
he helped lead me here.
Yeah, and infuriating. That
Yeah,
guy
so
wasn't who he appeared to be.
Yeah, we're pretty sure he was either some kind of illusion or was just straight up a shapeshifter or something like that, because it was not the guy we met in Mork when all was said and done. Different person, all told.
Yeah, so we kind of freaked out, and we wanted to make sure that you were okay.
Yeah.
I do have a weird note from him that he said to give to you guys if you guys came looking for me.
Intrigue upon intrigue. Let's see it.
Is the note.
It's just weird. I can't make heads or tails of it. It doesn't make any sense.
Can I see it?
And he will, or she will duck back into the room upstairs for a minute and then come back with a nice folded up piece of parchment and hand it to Silver.
She reads it.
It makes no sense.
She hands it to Young.
Time like this, we miss Locke.
So he
Well, it makes no sense, so she's handing it off to Yang. So, what
if-
does Yang make of it?
as if that by itself is enough to make it make sense.
I don't know, maybe?
Young will look at it for a minute and like tilts her head to the side and says, "Oh, okay, all right. It's in Thieves' Camp."
Ooh,
Skunk is going to come up to and start reading it over Young's shoulder.
Okay. And for purposes, this is what the note will say.
I'll paste it in the chat.
Yep. Sorry for the necessary deception, friends, but I kept my word for what that's worth. I'll explain with full transparency later. Travel and stay safe, friends.
Huh?
It smell like him?
In reference to the person in which you guys had traveled with before?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
oh, it's got his smell.
And then,
Is it not signed?
nope.
It's just a cryptic message.
We are not friends with that dude. Does he not understand?
Ah!
Yeah.
Hold on. Young sort of looks at it again. And then she's...
What?
I don't quite understand all the specifics, considering that Razzo is small. Or the person that we thought was Razzo that we were traveling with was small. So... Young is... I don't quite get how he would be able to... change his size while part of being a like shapeshifted transformation type thing, because that's usually not very common. But based on how this Thieves' Camp was designed to say that message, the like word choice and all this, I think the Razzo that was traveling with us before was Bjorn.
No,
Who?
I don't think so.
Who?
We have another friend that was supposed to meet up with us, but didn't meet up with us. There's no way, because like that dude was like a lot shorter than Bjorn.
Yeah, but remember during the month off when I went and traveled and helped him out with something before?
Yes.
During that time when I had been talking to him,
Secrets.
the way that this Thieves' Camp's coded and worded, it references a conversation that me and him had back then. And the only way someone else would know that is if it was him.
You guys need to use Thieves' Camp while cleaning a cave?
We didn't necessarily use Thieves' Camp at the time, but the way Thieves' Camp is written is with coded messages. And this message says friends, which was coded in a way that Bjorn had described me and him being, and it makes me think it was Bjorn. It doesn't make any sense to me either, because like you said, Razzo's much smaller. So...
Yeah. I don't think that was Bjorn.
Well, I don't know anything about this Bjorn guy, so I cannot contribute to this conversation.
yeah,
It's okay.
it's fine.
I mean, what was he normally like at base? What's
Half elf, bald.
Yeah.
bald, shiny.
I am going to whisper a person.
And he was like, He kind of had the same knacks that Oak has, but also the same skills as Young and you.
Hold on a second.
I'm sniffing that letter again.
Okay, so you said the guy's an elf, right?
Half elf.
Half elf. Okay, but problem. This
What?
is one of those things where, like, it varies a bit, but every type of creature has a very distinct, like, baseline to their scent. It changes a lot based on, like, who you are, where you've been, blah-de-blah-de-blah. But,
I sniffed the note a bunch.
now that I'm really thinking about it and focusing on it, I'm not getting elf from this. It's sort of like a...
See,
like
I told
floral
you, it's
almost.
not floral.
It's more it's like words. What words go with this? It's the problem with a limited language like common and senses of smell. There just aren't words for it. Stiff, fibery almost, not fibery, sinewy, dense, muscly, reeks like bad breath, toothy, goblin-y. It's like goblin stink. Or kind of like goblin stink. It's not quite the same, but it's a lot more similar to that than it is to elf stuff.
Out of character. The riff inside of me is like flagging off. It's going off.
Yeah.
But Silver's just sitting there going like, well, see, that can't be burned because if it smells like a goblin and stuff, that probably means it's like Razzo because there was something to do with goblins and stuff last we dealt with them, so it has to be them.
It's also worth noting that, and this is Oak speaking up, it's also worth noting, though he looked like a half-elf, Byron was not a half-elf.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Well, half-elves can see in the dark, like most of you can. But I can't. I couldn't see in the dark. Cad can't see in the dark. Bjorn can't see in the dark, not normally.
Yeah, he has the geek goggles now.
Yeah, he has goggles to do that, but you know,
You look like a nerd.
some of us can see in the dark, some of us can't. But half elves can see in the dark. We know this because Locke, our other friend Locke, he was a half elf. He could see in the dark. But anytime we went into a cave, Byron made use of the light cantrip like I can do to be able to see. He couldn't see in the dark. And
Are you assuming that, or did he tell you that he can't see in the dark? Because if he knew
Well, I
that
mean-
you and
Well, there's that, but
You and Bjorn
there's
couldn't
also
see.
a very, very big thing that makes me think that Byron is not a half elf.
what?
Well, when we went to get your sword, Silver, one of the things that we had to do to try to get it was a sort of trials thing. It was a temple up in the cluster that required us or asked us to do trials and tests to potentially get access to an armory and weapons. It's actually where Byron got the cool gauntlets that Young has. But when he was doing that, one of the trials was a combat. It was like a Colosseum gladiatorial battle type thing. And when Byron fought in that, he got really beat up. And his blood was black. That is not a half elf. Half elves don't bleed black.
Well, he could have been cursed.
Does Skunk know of any creatures that bleed black that
Uh,
would like fit in this situation?
Probably not. Although I guess you could roll maybe nature or like history or something.
I will do
sit
nature
for
because
now.
I actually have that. That's a 19.
Oh wow.
Nice.
I think the race didn't do a whole lot of traveling around to various places, and Skunk was from Gradiriel originally, just further inland, right?
Yeah. Way further inland.
Yeah. You might have heard of it, but there was only there was only a couple races, too, that would fit in with having, potentially having black blood. And you never really seen them, you just had heard about them in passing, probably, I guess.
Hey, can I get some names here?
Not really. You just know that there are a couple of races that bleed black. You don't know enough to know the specific details.
Well, I know there are at least a couple of creatures that wander around that bleed black. You know, like civilized people races. I can't recall any names, though.
Regardless, I still highly doubt that's Baron.
Regardless,
Well, I mean,
whether or not
the
it
letter
was or
said
not,
he'll
it doesn't
explain with
matter.
transparency later, so we'll find out later, I guess.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
Alright. So, I guess we are done here, then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. Let's go make our way to the capital.
Why are we going to the capital?
Well, I want
Isn't that
to.
where the hot springs are?
Well, we're gonna check to see if there's hot springs there, since that's kind of close to the mountains. But there's also a few side information that I want to look into, and I would need to go to the capital. But
Okay.
that's just kind of a personal thing.
Eh?
She wants to cross the rapids.
Hi.
Who was with us when we did that? Was it Silver or Riven?
Silver was with the river. She made the ice raft. She kept failing her rolls.
There's something
not really
I have
failing,
to
she did.
3-hour
do.
crossing action!
There's something
Yes.
I have to do. It's been bothering me for a while.
I have to do it right. I have to get it in one try or I'll never live it down back home.
She gets across and plants a flag with like her emblem on it. It's like, ha! I have conquered it. All right, we could go.
Her emblem is just a flag that reads, "Fuck you!"
Yes.
Written with silver. And like a helm symbol or something.
No.
But either way.
It's like split down the middle between celestial and draconic, and then it's all cool looking.
Well, she curses in Draconic.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
exactly. So if it's a flag that
It's
says
with
FU,
the ice
it would
and
be
curse. Just
draconic.
imagine it's just a Draconic word.
Yep. Little skunk could look at it and go, "Whoa, language." Anyway.
Yeah. He gets out, but he doesn't mind if people curse in common. It's in Draconic, where he's like,
Language!
Yes. So,
Do you kiss your waifu with that mouth?
anyway, so I guess then you guys are going
Just
to
like the slow head tilt, like, excuse me.
You are not excused. You are accused.
I mean, okay.
anyway.
I speak as I please. Like how dragons speak as they please.
anyway. So beyond that, I believe Shauna will wish all of you well, and then you can head out of Kataquie then.
Okay.
Yay! Just like
We're
a
going to
5
more
minute pit
kitties.
stop. More Kita. Yeah.
Apparently more kitty
We're
now.
going from Kataquie to more kitties.
But yes, we're traveling, I guess, perception checks and stuff.
Yeah, might as well do some more.
At some point en route, Skunk is going to want to talk to Cat about something.
Sure.
Sure.
But perception checks first, I guess.
Might as well.
Okay.
A little better.
When for?
Brian can
I
roll for
believe-
Bjorn since David is having issues.
Yeah, it's not
perceive
looking
and
likely
smell
that
at a
he's...
22.
Sadly, it's not looking likely that David's thing is going to be coming back tonight. His power,
Oh.
it's just Gonzo. That second one is for Bjorn.
Let's make sure there's no combat. So
Nah, there's not gonna be combat, not right now.
it's gonna be a drama episode.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
Of course.
with the aforementioned rolls, no one rolling that bad actually.
The lesbians rolled the same.
They, well, technically, oh yeah, they did. That's cool. Anyway, so I guess conversation with Cad between Cad and Skunk.
All right, so I assume this is like as we're camping at some point, but before everyone's turned in.
Sure.
Hey, can we chat for a second? There's something I want to ask you.
Sure, of course.
Okay, so, you've been working for Ozza for a while now, right? The big dragon lady?
He quietly nods. Mm-hmm.
Would you say you're particularly well informed, or nah? I know dragons have hordes. Do you have, like, an idea of, like, what's in her hoard, or the kinds of things she just keeps around, or?
She strikes me as being overworked or juggling too much or the like. She a lot of times would stop by effectively like an office where I would work for her, and she would explain goings on and explain what she needed, and once I understood the requirement, all right, I'm going this way, and off she would go. I feel like if anyone needs a vacation, it's probably her. But, yeah, as far as like where she is at any given time, that's why I'm not really sure.
I more meant like the contents of her hoard, but
The main place that we would meet would be a place of work. So I don't know if I ever saw her hoard. I don't think all the paperwork she kept is her hoard. That'd be a very depressing treasure.
tell me about it. Yeah, the
Well,
reason I
alphabetized
asked,
all these and that. Sorry, go ahead.
the reason I ask, and pretty much the whole reason I came all the way up here to Abon and why I asked these guys to help me get a conversation with her is this thing, and I'm gonna pull out that little hand mirror I carry.
Mm-hmm.
See, I just found this. I just found this in some old ruins somewhere when I was just poking around before I linked up with this group, and I just see things in it sometimes. Just
Interesting.
like northern places. Like I'm pretty sure it's a bomb, but it could be anywhere snowy, really. Sometimes I see dragons reflected in the surface, and sometimes I'm just looking at me. The dragons are always in silhouette, so I couldn't tell you what color or material they are. But they're definitely dragons. There's only one type of lizard with that big with wings that I know of. And wyverns don't count, and also they don't have the scorpion tails. Yeah, I don't know. This thing's just... I don't know. What do you make of it?
I guess I'll look at the mirror and flip it around if it was offered to me to hold. It's definitely interesting. I think in Mork, you guys said that you had already made some arrangement for her to meet with you and look at it.
Something to that effect, yeah.
Well, hopefully she can point you in the right direction if she doesn't know, or she might. She's actually very smart. He Gradiriel hands the mirror back.
Well, thing is the more I've heard about this dragon as we've been traveling around, the more uneasy I've been feeling about, like, meeting her face to face.
Very emphatically and with a smile, Gradiriel nods and says, "She's very intimidating."
Is this conversation private?
I'd
Or is
say
it like out in the open?
I'd say Skunk is like keeping his voice down.
Okay.
Like, we're not, like, away from camp, but we're not, like, belting out all our words for all the masses to hear, no.
Cadriel
I just
might
want to
have been
know whether or
a
not
little bit
anyone else
louder.
would pick up on this conversation or not.
Cadriel might have been just a little bit louder, emphatically saying that. She is intimidating.
That
That I am.
Roll perception, Silver.
Jeez.
wrong dragon kid.
Yeah.
Eh.
She just like
I'm
hears
not
that and be
yelling,
like,
I'm just a little bit louder.
she would just like hear that comment and just like do that one comment. Just like, yes, I am intimidating. It just continues on to whatever she's doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
How nice of him to notice.
I think we get a sideline of Young, and it's just like, well, yeah, you are, especially when you do the radiant thing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know.
She
I
doesn't
think
seem
like-
bad. She's just intimidating. She's under a lot of stress.
I mean, I can understand that, but at the same time,
I sort of gesture vaguely in the direction of Mork.
everything about the arrangement with Mork rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, it took me a while to understand what she was trying to communicate about Mork. Mork is a big source of income to her, and she is putting them to work in the region. And so even though she is aware that they are less than savory sorts, she doesn't want them gone or they would already be gone. She has the power and connections to make that happen.
Oh, I don't doubt it. It the whole time we were there with the whole situation, I mean, maybe I only had a limited angle on it, but it almost felt like she had a guillotine just hanging over the whole town at any given time, and that's what rubbed me the wrong way. It wasn't that she has an arrangement with a town or protects it or gets money from it. It's that the trade-off for non-compliance was so extreme.
They may have perceived more casualty.
I don't
than
know.
would've.
I was raised by humans. Maybe I don't fully get it.
No, their reaction.
A lot of
was-
lives to have on the line.
Brian, can you hear Kenneth?
Did he? Is he having troubles again hearing us?
I think so.
He just noped out.
Because I was gonna sit there and be like, yeah, no, he's just like they exaggerated Cad when he came in.
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, can
Yeah,
you hear
but-
us?
There
Hi.
was a bit there where you were talking.
Yeah, I
over-
can now.
Are you
I
back?
can now.
I don't think so.
Hey,
Hey.
hey, internet, work with me. What was the last thing you heard me say before things went
We
hoo-ha?
heard everything you said, but every time I would go to answer, you'd have your next thing. So I think you weren't receiving, but you were
Oh.
broadcasting.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Um.
The last thing I heard from you before I briefly disconnected is I heard you starting to go, I think they perceived more casualty, and then I blipped out for a second.
Yeah, they perceive more casualty from the consequence than would likely have happened. She uses that intimidation to force them to move because left to their own devices, well, you've seen their own devices. So she wanted
So
to
it's
light a fire under them.
so it's an act. She was threatening but wasn't going to follow through with it.
Like I said, she doesn't intend to remove Mork off the map. If that was her goal at any level, they would already be gone because she, out of character, she is a dragon of justice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So back in
Supposed to be.
character. Yeah, she stands by justice, and they are kind of a stain on what she is expecting from the people in this region. That said, they go a long way towards funding things, and she's trying to work with them to help them improve long term. Something like that. But anyway, yeah, she would not remove them from the map. That's their perception of her threats. But she did intend to collect and accept no excuses. That threat was very true.
Wow, I came over here hoping you could educate me on this thing I carry around, and you've just gone and lifted a whole fucking bag of weight off my shoulders.
I'm good at lifting things, little one. We used to have someone in the party. I'd carry them around too.
His name was Locke, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's skinny little puke.
Yeah, so you've seen him?
I encountered him once. This group was in Rydell at the same time I was once. There was like some big party going on, and like some person ought to decide to happen to notice that I have these, and I hold up my little hip bongos, and offered to pay me some money if I agreed to play my bongos in the town square for like a little bit, just
Was it
to
Cat
just.
there?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
Technically.
I don't think Cadriel ever saw Skunk.
I don't. Yeah, I
we
don't
never
think you
crossed
met
paths
him.
there.
No.
You were there, but
Yeah,
you didn't
so-
really
so-
go to the party to be a part of the party. So you wouldn't have been inside to see Skunk.
So I was just playing my bongos out in the town square, and that Locke guy, I happened to bump into him for a little bit. Pretty much the extent of the conversation is I noticed he was skinny and lightly teased him for it, and then I became absolutely enthralled by this humongous black dog thingy that the people at the time had with him. I think I like petted that for a minute and then went back to playing because I was on the clock, and I have not seen that dog again, and I am sad about that now.
You would also remember from that time when your friend Bjorn flew around in the sky.
But the other thing was that guy over there, and he points at Bjorn, he flew, and it was funny, and he was chosen, and I have no idea what that means, but it was hilarious.
And Cad,
He tried to
was
dance in the
very
sky, and he
drunk.
just kind of started rotating like a wheel. It was great.
and Cad, you would remember that because you were actually there.
So, out of character, Skunk was there at that time?
Mm-hmm.
He was off to the side and didn't really interact with the party all that much, aside from petting Hallis a bit and calling Locke skinny.
So it was more of like a cameo than an actual...
Yeah, it was a cameo. Skunk was not
Gotcha,
actively a party. Like, I did not even have the stat block I'm using now for him. I was using his old stat block from Saltmarsh.
Gotcha, okay.
Yep.
I was wigging out because I didn't remember any of this, but you said I didn't go with the rest of the group to the town, so that makes sense.
When you when they were doing that particular party, I think since you wouldn't have necessarily been interested in the festivities of the drinks or anything like that, you kind of got roped into being a part of the guard to make sure that nothing untoward happened. So you were more off to the side, but you would have probably heard Skunk's bongos, maybe not knowing where they were from, but you probably would have heard them. And you would have seen Bjorn flying when he was in the air.
Okay. So, yeah. Wait, how would I remember Bjorn flying through the air if I wasn't in town to see...
You were in town. You were just not at the party where all the festivities were happening.
Gotcha, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
At least not until later.
Yeah.
Sorry
Bjorn-
for being dense.
You're fine.
It's all good.
I
It was a
you're
while
an
ago.
I mean, you're an elephant. They're pretty dense. It's fine.
Uh-huh.
They're
been
dense
a long
because of
time
how
ago,
much they
and
retain. They have very good memory.
They do, yes.
Anyway.
All right. So I guess we are continuing on then.
I guess a last comment to his thing. If you ever need someone to carry something or count something, let me know.
Carrying things or counting things? Well, I've got the counting pretty well down. Carrying,
Kind of look at my arms.
look at myself. I mean, I am surprisingly ripped, but I am tiny.
You're stronger than you look.
Oh yeah, no, I'm well aware of that. I do make an effort to keep this body in shape. I'm not a very good hunter if I can't chase down my prey, you know?
True.
And considering the fact that I can only eat meat, hunting down prey is kind of a big deal for me. Speaking of which, Skunk stands up. I'm gonna go hunt us some dinner.
All right, then.
Just flashes a big old cheeky grin and throom, casts invisibility and goes off to find food.
Yep. You go running off to find food while invisible, leaving footprints behind because snow.
And hey, all right, so I'm pretty sure it's a survival check for hunting food, right?
It would, yes. There you
Not
go.
20.
You're good.
I come back with a banquet.
You just see
I just
like
come back into
Okay.
camp hauling like 2 whole ass elks. It's like,
Guys, I killed them both with one arrow. We're eating good tonight.
you like come in carrying you're still like quote unquote invisible or something just for random effect, and you're like carrying these elks that are knocked down and they're like walking all weird because you can't see you but you can see the elk.
there's just 2 dead elks being dragged along the ground by the horn, so they're just sliding along the snow.
You drag one up 6 feet, and then you drop it down, and you drag the other one up 12 feet. Then you drag the other one up 12 feet.
Yeah, kinda, I guess.
Anyway,
So yeah, I guess we just eat good tonight.
sure. Thankfully no one in the group is randomly like a vegetarian or something. But yeah. You have good food. And you guys can continue making your way northward.
Yee.
Anyone have anything else before we want to get to Morkita?
All I know is Silver's just gonna have a weird look to her. That's it. Make jerky. Awesome.
Elk jerky. Wait, was it elks?
Yeah.
Yes.
That might make a Bjorn sad. Doesn't he summon an elk?
He does.
Yes. But
We don't need to tell David.
Yeah.
I think Bjorn
He's not here right now.
Sobbing into it. It's like, this is so good.
I think Bjorn-
Worst comes to worst, we can retcon it from elk to deer.
Okay.
I think it doesn't
Or-
much matter, but you know.
Or some
Yeah.
other snow game beast.
Snow game beast. That's a phrase.
A dire snow hare.
Yeah.
A dire frost skunk.
Oh, there can be only one,
There can only be one.
and it's gonna be me, asshole.
I am loopy today.
Yep. It's fine. So you're in Morkita now. Hooray.
And we find more kitties.
Oh hush.
I
But
feel like
I
skunk
don't
would
see
really
more
like
kitties,
that.
but I smell more kitties.
Silver is going to actually lead the way to a tavern this time.
I do not recall making this map at all.
I do recall making the teleportal. Please do not destroy it.
Oh, jeez.
Tell a waddle.
The not 500 GP teleportal.
That's in the bottom corner.
It has all the little emblems and such.
Oh, that does look really cool.
Hang-
It can stay there. It's fine.
Okay. Effort is the determining factor on if something is kept or destroyed. Got to know.
The right yak and the teleportal.
Oh yeah,
I
this was
think
a
there's a tavern. I think there's a tavern to the west.
There's a lot of people. There's probably like 17 taverns. Well, like 7.
There's a particular one that she's looking for.
Which one's that?
Oh.
And I want to say it's to the west somewhere.
Which one was it that you're looking for?
I can't remember if it was west or east. We can retcon that later.
It's fine.
Weast.
It's one of those two directions.
Weast.
Exactly.
East, whatever. So she's going to try to lead the party that way and figure it out.
Which particular tavern are you looking for?
There is a tavern that she was told about on a piece of paper that attacked her face.
Ah. That was a million years ago. But that was a thing that happened. Okay.
Okay, now that's scary.
That's terrifying. And look at the normal bunny for comparison. It's terrified too.
It's a baby.
I think it's a normal rabbit and those things.
No, it's a baby. One of those things.
That feels just like a photoshopped wolf with a rabbit head.
Kind of. But either way, that I would be glad to say that's a dire white rabbit.
Yeah, I would call it that too, yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, okay.
So, do I find the Sparkle Ass's tavern?
Roll me a straight D20.
Oh, okay. Not too bad.
Okay. So you'll find the tavern that paper had mentioned way back when.
Yeah, it'd be like, we can stay here.
Young sort of blinks for a minute, and she's like, "Is this the? Wait a minute.
You remember that paper that attacked my face?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the place.
You wanted to come all the way to Capitol for that?
Not only for this.
Okay.
Your face got attacked by paper? What wizard did you piss off that he animated the paper?
It wasn't exactly that. It was more along the lines of somebody was flying through the air and dropped a piece of paper and it landed on her face.
Yes. Now,
Rude.
Exactly, yes.
do you feel like staying up quite later tonight, Skunk?
I mean, I don't mind. I
Okay.
can.
We can take you someplace and you'll understand.
What's going on?
Young
You'll
actually
be
laughs
fine.
at that and goes, "You'll love it. It's fine."
Okay, look, hang on. If this is one of those become a man things, no.
No. It's nothing
No,
like that. Nothing
no.
like that. It's a party.
Okay,
No.
good.
Do you like parties?
If I know the people,
You know us, right?
I do know
You'll-
you. Correct.
You'll be with us.
You'll be there
There's
with us.
There's free drinks and free food.
I'll do the food.
Okay then. But that's later. What time of the day did we get to this tavern?
Probably, I would say,
Mid-afternoon?
yeah, that's where I was thinking.
Okay. Well, then I guess I suggest rest up. I gotta go find a library? Or a records hall? Okay.
Okay.
Hall of Records. Huh?
Young's gonna follow you wherever it is you're going.
Okay. So Silver just like kind of like be like, well, this is where we're staying. Just to let everyone know, I will be back later, and I'll drag you to a party. I'll be back.
And probably Bjorn.
She's like kind of like, yeah, but she'll like wander off.
Yep.
But again, she'll probably still have the same weird look on her face as she's like wandering away.
What is this weird look?
It's a look of frustration. But the longer she stays in it, it's more that she's actually deep in thought.
Boop. Ha! Cool.
Well, Yang would recognize this look because it's the same look that she had before.
Yeah. Young would know.
It's her thinking face of frustration.
It's the thinking face of "leave me alone while I try to figure something out."
No, it's not that. It's more like there's a situation that she's frustrated with, and she's trying to think of ways to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not leave me the heck alone. That's Riven.
Fair. So, I don't know if any of the rest of the party want to travel with her when she goes to the other place or not, but Young will sort of speak up as they start to travel out towards wherever the other place that they're going. And she's like, do you want to talk about it? Whatever's on your
Is
mind.
Cad coming along?
don't know.
Going to
Or
party.
Skunk? Well, we're not going to the party yet. Silver's like wandering off to find a library or hall of records.
I mean, Skunk would rather be with at least one other person in the group, so if everyone else is following her, he will too. Otherwise, he's probably just going to stay put wherever we wound up.
I'm assuming... I'm just going to sit there and say that Bjorn is left at the tavern. Just because.
Yeah. I think
I just need to know whether or not Skunk and Cad
Well,
are going.
basically the same as what Skunk said. Wouldn't stay by myself, so
yeah. So if Bjorn,
Yes or no?
what we can say then is Bjorn's staying in the tavern, and then
is Bjorn doing Bjorny things?
Yeah, he's just gonna probably sit there and drink if, since his player's not here,
So
set to default.
So yeah, tons of RP and character building and friendship building. Yeah, I guess I'll go with people to library.
Okay.
After all, libraries have books.
this is true.
Books have reading.
What's Skunk doing?
I guess he's tagging along because he is curious about what the hell's going on. He has no business in this city. He's just following everyone else for the time being because you guys are his ticket to Aza. So
Then is Oak gonna babysit Bjorn?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
we can say that Bjorn is spending that time trying to convince Oak to have a drinking contest with him because I don't think those two have had one yet.
Nope.
Nope. Well, they kind of did back in Yukiagi, but
Not really.
afterwards we're just like, no, kind of bowed out quickly.
Yeah, we'll go with that logic.
Okay.
So
Where are we going?
I need to answer Young first. I'm just trying to think of a new plan.
I mean, do you still want to go and try to find Ozza? Talk to her directly?
No, because that's kind of out of luck now, since we don't have anything to warrant us to go see her anymore. So,
And we have his mirror. That's what we're going to talk to her about in the first place.
yes. But the thing is, we were doing a job for Ozza. We should have hand-delivered the money and scarf to Ozza. But no, someone insisted on putting it into a giant bag, a magical bag, instead of just sitting there and hand-delivering it. And so now we can't go there, be like, here's your things. Oh, hey, look, here's the kobold we talk about. Doesn't exactly work. So,
Just ask
what
her
are the
where it's
odds
going
they're
to
finding
be.
another dragon?
I mean, from what I recall from, like, it was said that dragons ruled this area, so I'd imagine there's more than one.
Exactly, so that's why I'm saying, what are the odds of us finding another one?
But at the same time, we could just ask her.
Again, she has no reason for us to go there, and she can say no. If we had showed up with the stuff, she couldn't exactly say no, because we were already there.
Didn't she already agree about me?
She agreed because we were doing a job for her, and now that she got her stuff, she can say no. She is a dragon.
The job. I mean, didn't the job only come into things after I'd already hooked up with you guys?
No,
That's how
we
I
were
remember it.
leaving. We were leaving the town that we met you to go do this job, that job. So we met you while we were heading towards to the job.
I mean, I don't think there's.
Oh, part of me just feels like we're overcomplicating things.
Yeah.
No, it was simple. We could have just hand delivered the stuff, but no.
Yeah, but Dragon already said yes, so...
That's because she didn't have the stuff.
Is it though?
Do you really think
Yes.
that she's just going to tell us no because she's already got what she wanted?
Yes, she's a dragon. She can do whatever the hell she wants.
If she gave you her word, she's probably going to follow through.
Oh, words mean jack shit most days nowadays.
They don't to me.
What's more important, the words or the actions?
Actions.
Okay.
Actions.
So ask her where she wants to meet you.
I mean, if she says no, then yeah, then look for another dragon by all means. But like, I feel like we're jumping to conclusions prematurely here. Like we're assuming the cause is lost before you've even measured how deep the pond is. You know?
It's most likely the cause is lost.
Most likely, maybe, but that's not a guarantee. And we don't have confirmation on that. And I, for one, don't like operating off of unconfirmed stuff.
Look, we just have a better luck of probably stumbling across another dragon than actually convincing to see Azza. So let's just figure something out.
Okay, actually, how about this? Divide and conquer. You go on ahead wherever you're going, look for other dragons. I'ma double back to Oak because he's the guy who can talk to dragons from a distance and get his 2 cents. Waka waka.
Again, words mean jack shit. Just remember that.
Should we take you at your word on that? I'm just kidding. I didn't say that in character.
Oh.
Yeah, well, maybe they do mean jack shit, but maybe I just like the idea of trusting people.
And Skunko's gonna then turn and bound back towards where Oak is.
Okay.
Yeah, good boy.
Shouldn't be
Naive,
so
perhaps,
willingly
but
to
a good boy.
shouldn't be so willingly to trust people.
Yeah,
You good?
just almost dropped my PVC pipe.
No.
Well, he's still young, technically, so.
I'm 18.
You're not.
You just left.
Okay.
I know.
So,
Just
yes,
reminding everyone what the number is.
yes, you are young. 18 compared to Silver being at least 20 and Young
No,
being...
she's like close to 30.
Well, yeah, so
And Young's like, what, 50 something?
probably, because dwarf.
And then Cat is however old Loxodons are.
I imagine that Cad's probably 32 also.
I can't remember if I filled the... Oh, age 40. I'm 40.
There you go.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Loxodon ages...
I didn't forget. I just didn't remember.
Ha! Ha! Loxodon's ages are, I think, slightly
Are they longer or shorter?
longer because elephants
Okay.
normally age slower. I think
Yes.
is the
And I know Silver can live well over 100. So,
Yeah, because SMR.
yes.
So you're looking for a library or a records hall, something?
Hall of Records or library, something that has like some sort of record keeping.
Okie dokie.
Can I, like, ask for directions?
Yeah. There are guards about. It's not hard to figure out. Like if you're wanting some more official records or a more official library, it's probably closer to the,
I would assume closer towards the castle theme above that's up there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what she wants to go look for.
Okay. If Kat asks a guard where to find, like, some sort of library or record keeping hall, or records hall or something of the sort, they will direct you to the main castle up top.
Okay.
Oh, we can go to the... Wait, can we go to the castle?
In looking over the group, the particular guard's like, maybe if you have a specific reason why you want to go there.
I'm just looking for some personal information. I don't know about them. They're just following me around.
Personal information for yourself or for someone else?
For myself, I'm trying to find out about a lineage.
Oh. Well,
That's why I need the Hall of Records or something like that.
okay. Well, you can ask the guards up there that, look over the record keeping and see if they can let you in. You might be escorted just to make sure you don't try to do anything untoward, but other than that, you should be fine.
I mean, that's perfectly fine.
So, yeah. And he will direct you along the pathway to go to the main castle area thing.
Ooh. Fancy. We're going to places that we have never been before. Awesome.
Yep, exactly. And it should be worth noting, to all of you, Skunk especially, or though Skunk went back to the bar, never mind.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess when we're coming up, he would see that the walls are like 100 feet tall.
Oh, yeah. So I guess the only ones that are actually going to the castle at the moment are Cad, Young, and Silver.
Yes.
Because Locke went back to Bjorn and Oak.
Locke is not here?
I mean, Skunk went back to Bjorn and Oak.
Yes.
So arriving at the main castle, you will see that castle big.
It's huge. Oh, okay.
The castle's bigger than the rest of the town combined.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
yeah,
So we go up to the gigantic ass doors
yes.
and guards and be like, hello.
It is worth noting that yes, the guards for this castle are giants.
It's hello.
Oh, hello.
We were told that there's like a hall of records of sort this way.
There is.
Can we get permission to peruse?
Are you looking for something specific?
Yes.
What is it that you're looking for?
A lineage?
Oh, follow me.
Okay.
And guard will lead you inside. And now, the interesting thing to note is one assumes that, giants typically have a more, robust and aggressive and sort of Viking style culture. And while this group is vaguely, sort of Norse inspired in how they, present themselves, they're also more proper because they're meant to be more like nobility and royalty and whatever like that. So it is a interesting parallel because you're sort of getting the nobility of Asgard thing going on with the way that this castle is sort of built.
Okay.
It's yeah. But they will lead you to a massive library.
Okay.
Um,
This is large.
Funny enough, the person who is running the library or managing it, the primary librarian, is actually not a giant, and is a sort of kind of wizened and wrinkly older human woman, oddly enough.
Oh, okay.
So she's much more towards all your characters' normal sizes. But she sort of looks up as you enter in with one of the other guards, and she's, oh, and then goes back to her books, seeing that you have an escort already.
Excuse me.
What What is it you're looking for?
I'm trying to find records of a lineage to figure out whether they were in this town or not.
Who was in this tavern or not? Whose lineage are you
So we're
looking
just
for?
kind of like, huh?
Whose lineage are you looking for?
So we're just kind of like looks at between like Cat and Yang. Do you guys mind?
We can just hang around or leave if you want us to.
Well, I want to speak privately to this woman. So do you two mind
Yeah.
stepping
Yeah.
away?
You almost step
Casual
away.
shrugs and walks out.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Once they're like far enough away, she's be like, I am looking for my lineage.
Oh.
It would be Silverstein.
Well, we might have something.
I figured a house of records would be useful. Lets me know whether or not if they were well known to have their lineage recorded or not well known. That gives me a base of where to start.
That is reasonable. Let's see what we can find here, okay?
Meta pigeon, get out.
Oh,
Go away.
Shush you. Go away.
Jeez.
That would be weird.
How dare you?
Yeah, seriously.
It's not Game of Thrones.
So, she will sort of lead you off to the side, and you will see that she sort of waves her hand in front of her face, and just a mage hand is just sort of running through the different books and pulling out spines and seeing if she can find any, like, specific information and namesakes and things, and she will find a what basically is a what's it called, like a census type thing.
Yes.
And she sort of looks back and, do you know if your family was actually from here?
All I know is that my mother was coming from a bond. I don't know about my father.
I see. Well, and then she will sort of run through the paper, the listings again. And then,
But you'd like hand me a book or something?
yes, she would basically, looking through listings and whatnot, and then she will find one and sort of set it down at the nearby table. Most of which, when she's looking and moving the books around, she's doing it with a mage hand rather than her actual hand. Just because that's easier and the books are far away and she doesn't want to have to reach. So, magic and the ability of an old lady to be lazy.
Perfect.
You will. There'll be a moment, and eventually you will find a listing for Silverstein.
Okay.
It's sort of buried, and there's not a whole lot of information specifically for the individual people. But you will at least get the aforementioned names that you just gave me.
Okay.
So that can be canon within story, as it were.
All right. Is the old lady still there?
Yep. She's keeping an eye on you, as is your giant guard that's like 15 paces back.
She's going to point out the dude's name. Be like, is there any way I can find out where he's at?
If he still exists, you,
I mean, exactly, yeah. I can't exactly scry on them because I don't know them.
Right. Well, we can see if we can, considering the name there, we might be able to look further back for his own individual heritage.
Um,
I'm not entirely. I don't know.
what if it has something to do with dragons?
I don't know of anyone by
That
that.
help?
I don't know of anyone by that name directly that is around here. There could be, and I just don't know them. I kind of keep to this library, but
Understandable. But what if it has something to do with dragons? Would that help?
dragons are quite benevolent around here. So
Is there any way we can find out whether it has that last name has something to do with silver dragons?
it would match, given the name.
And also the magic I have.
She sort of gets a closer look at you, and she's, oh, well, I suppose that
Here,
makes...
torchlight. Wish, wish. Look at sparkle. Would be amazed.
I mean, what spell did you do?
It was just like a torch, and just like she moves it, and her freckles sparkle because the scale reflective.
Right, I know. Well then,
Well, she can cast light and do it that way, or she can just show the back of her hand to be like, "See, silver scales."
right, yeah.
What?
Well, it's likely with the name and given your appearance. You would have to ask among the silver dragons, I suppose. See if the name comes up on any of their radar.
Okay. I shouldn't keep my friends waiting for long. Just the last thing. Is there a, Temple of Helm anywhere on this continent?
There is. It's, there's not quite as many people that follow Helm here in particular. But there is a temple. There is a temple of Helm here.
Is there a map of where it's at?
She will present to you a map from a magic hand floating all the way across the room, and grab a map. And there you are.
Awesome. Silver now knows the location of the temple. Sweet.
She does, yes.
This is... I know I said that was the last thing, but, this is just kind of like nothing to do with the records they're keeping. You two wouldn't know anywhere of where there might be hot springs, would you?
And boop, and a poop. Well then.
One does. The old lady knows.
Hot Springs. Great place.
Yeah. Where? Because me and my friends were interested in trying to find some.
Well, if you head east from here, and then further up into the mountains, there is a hot springs up there.
Is it like a resort of some kind, or is it just like natural hot springs?
It's a natural hot springs, but there have been folks that have dressed it up to look nice and more tropical, one would say.
Okay.
Tropics and the tundra. Neat.
Yep.
It's not actually tropical. It's still very much snow whenever you get away, but
Let me guess, there's just tropical plants or something there?
Pretty much, yes.
That's from magic? Okay, I think I might have seen the place, but I'm not too sure.
And then the guard, like, way back across... I've never heard of a hot springs like that. And she's like, that's because you are never around anyone else who lives here. I go to the...
Maybe on your next day off, we should go.
Sort of tilts his head. Those exist.
Unless they're private or restricted.
He's speaking of days off.
Oh. I mean... Wait, you guys don't... Do you guys not have guard rotations?
I mean, yeah, we do, but normally when not guarding, we are sleeping or eating.
And you don't have a couple hours? Whatever.
Yeah.
You should see whether or not you can take a day off or something. You might feel better?
Ha! That picture's funny. Ha!
Like, legit, this whole image collection is funny. Technically correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically.
Anyway. I might look into that. It might do you some good, big guy. It's just...
I mean, it beats getting burnt out.
Are you done looking around in here? Or did you need anything
Yes. I'm going to head out back to my friends. Thank you very much for the help.
else? Okay. And then he'll lead you back out.
And can still find the others.
Roll me perception, Silver.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
You're being stalked.
Awesome.
No.
The Morgan Muffin is coming for your toes. Guard them well with steel-toed boots and a thin coating of pepper. Make the beastie sneeze.
Okay. Well,
Huh?
All right.
oddly specific.
You're welcome.
All right then. So
I've rolled a 16.
I see that.
What do I
yes.
see?
As you are being led back out of the like castle itself and the record keeps, a little ways back, you hear bits and pieces of a conversation that's going on in the back of the, like, further down the hall, and when you glance that way, you see what is essentially a female giant in a ballroom gown. It's huge.
Oh.
And
Do I pick up anything that they're saying?
you do. You hear that they're talking of, like, they're speaking about a.
Well, let me ask this. Is it in a language I know?
That's a good point.
Please be common. Please be common.
Yeah, it might as well be in common. She would have no reason to just be speaking in giant.
Well, I didn't know whether or not she was like talking to another giant or someone
she
smaller.
She is, yes, but she's not speaking in giant. Because you rolled.
Gotta work on the common. Gotta work on the accent.
Ha 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 ha. Meta pigeon. Anyway, there is an undercommon, but you know. Anyway.
Aha.
And Silver doesn't know undercommon.
But yeah, they seem to be speaking about a group of people that have, as of late, been getting much more aggressive and, like, various different kidnappings and, like, the lady in the ball gown seems to be much higher nobility and is wanting the other giant to do something about it and actually, you know, go out and...
What does the other giant look like?
The other giant looks to be a warrior.
And what kind of giants are these?
They are specifically let me double check what all my giants listings is. I had the idea of the specifics, but I can't quite remember all of them. Because there's like, what, 4 different kinds of giants?
I think so. So I know there's cloud giant, fire giant, regular giant?
Cloud giant, storm giant, stone giant, fire giant.
Okay, yeah.
These would be more along the lines of a storm giant. At least the
Storm giants. Okay.
Yep. I think they're... Let me double check their alignment. Yep, that fits. Okay.
Silver's just gonna kind of like look at him and like move closer?
You do have a guard that is trying to make sure you go back outside, so roll stealth.
She's not trying to stealth. She is actively like trying to go that way.
Okay. She's just trying to sort of like go the middle distance of following him but being closer to them.
Well, she's starting to get more interested in the conversation, and that she wants to would like to go over and talk to them about it.
Do you... I think the guard will,
She's like following behind the guard, and then she hears the conversation and be like, "Nope, sorry, I'm going this way."
I don't recommend you go and speak to them back there.
Why?
Because they're speaking of private matters.
I understand, and I know the matters that they're talking about. We've dealt with a similar group.
Really?
Well, me and my party have, yes. So, do you think you could probably introduce me to them?
Well, it's quite possible, but don't blame me if things get a little...
If they say no, that's fine. I'm just saying, it's like, I am from Gradiriel. I am a paladin of Helm, and I have had running-ins with a possible group that has a base here in Amon that does kidnapping and stuff.
All right then. And he will. Actually, roll me.
Silver will follow him, but like once he gets closer, she'll like stop to let him have space, like give them space to talk.
Actually, roll me persuasion.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
You're all pretty
15?
good at it. Yeah. Wow. 10 persuasion. Nice.
My charisma, bitch.
I mean, you are pretty, so.
I mean, yeah.
So. He just. All right. But I'm gonna do all the talking.
That's
And-
perfectly fine.
And then, of course, you follow through with that because you already planned on it. So, and he will walk closer, and you will see, the warrior or guard that she was speaking to is the one that's the more. Are they the same kind of alignment usually? I'm not sure. Hold on.
Are these two different types of giants?
Okay, yeah, that'll work just fine. Now that you've moved closer to her, the female giant is a stone giant.
Oh, okay.
But
And the other one is a storm giant?
yeah, but the one she was speaking to is
Okay.
a storm giant.
Oh, okay.
So once you've moved closer,
And she'll like kind of like make herself presentable too.
you have randomly like prestidigitation, just like.
No, it's more like kind of like straightening her shoulders and chest out a bit and like, you know, looking like a proud person, proud warrior.
All right. So you'll move closer to all of them, and the woman is. It's getting to be it's incredibly apparent that this group of individuals is doing not great things. I've heard the stories. I'm sure you have too. Yes, but if we was to go strike them down directly, we don't know what they are capable of yet. They are capable of a lot, and none of it good. And then the other guard comes along and goes, "What do you want?" The actual warrior is, "What do you want?" Well, I have someone here who may have information on that group, assuming it's the same one. And then, did you
So
actually
like,
tell him your name? Him directly?
he would just I don't think she didn't say her name. Don't just say it's like I'm with an adventuring group that had run-ins with a group that's based out of Ubon that has done kidnappings from what we've heard.
Okay.
And it's just if it counts or anything, like I'm a paladin of Helm. We deal with justice and guardians. So, but it's like, does he gestures back to Silver?
Yes.
She will like kind of give a bow.
And you are?
My name is Ira Silverstein. I couldn't help but overheard bits of your conversation. Me and my adventuring group are interested in trying to find a group that does what you say that's been going on. We just had a run-in with a girl that escaped from a group. Do they have this kind of like emblem? And Silver will go and describe the emblem that is that weird Ankh thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the group that you guys were talking about?
Yes, it is. Says the woman, and then
If you guys aren't comfortable yet to take action, if you would allow me and my group to come back to discuss a meeting of sorts to get more information that you guys know about it, we would be more than welcome to go and do the investigation for you. And if anything, take care of the problem.
really.
Yes.
And I suppose you would then want some sort of compensation for your endeavor.
Most likely, yes.
Well,
But again, that is something that we can discuss if you are willing to entertain a meeting with me and my party about this group.
and then the female speaks up. Frankly, I'm ready to be done with them. So,
Yes.
if you think your crew is powerful enough to deal with them, we can give you whatever information you need. Madam, shut up. And then she will sort of give you a nod. And Ira, you said?
Yes.
Let me give... I need, like, approximate names for, like, stone giants.
Rockford.
Oh, ha 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 ha. Ha.
That's like a last name.
That's actually kind of a cool name. And it's from the wiki. It gave it to me. So why not?
Oscar Rockford.
Shish, no.
Oscar?
Oscar.
I don't know. Where's our voice actor?
Right? I don't know where
Ryan?
Ryan is.
What? I'm here.
How would you pronounce this name?
Oskra.
Okay.
That's what we thought. Yep. The female will give you a soft bow, a much smaller bow because you're very small, compared to her. I am
Fair enough.
Lady Oscar.
A pleasure to meet you.
If you and your party want to return here in the following morning, then you may be able to help us.
Very well. We can do that.
Silver just got a job which was as essentially Ibon's queen.
Oh! Okay!
Or at least nobility or something of the sort, anyway.
Maybe.
Based on what she knows.
All she knows it's like it's Lady this, and it'll be like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, very well. I shall return with my group tomorrow morning. Have a good day.
And then you will return to the others and make your way out. And I think...
Yeah, she'll like stroll up to Young and Cat and be like, I think I just got us a job.
Well, that's not what you were looking for.
No, but I did find some stuff that I was looking for, but I do know where there's a hot springs.
Oh.
And,
Me too.
I know. I think I saw you there.
He looks very surprised and just slowly blinks.
I see all now, Cad.
He covers his unmentionables and exits.
I'm kidding. I have a scrying eye, okay? I was curious about what you were up to and saw you were being very comfy there and living the good life. Yeah. I think we should head back to the others and inform them that we have a meeting in the morning, so we can't be out too late.
All right, then. So, following that, I think for the sake
Skunk was doing a thing.
yes.
Yes, so we need to go jump over to Skunk.
Yeah.
Over to Skunk. Kaboosh. Sparkle, sparkle.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it cut back to me so I could do that. I included myself in this escapade, and then I excluded myself, and I've been sitting here doing nothing for like 30 minutes.
Things went a little bit awry because
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been browsing Twitter and watching the entire voiceover industry melt down over SAG after betraying them. It's all good.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway.
So, over to Oak and Skunk.
Yep. And I believe we were going with the excuse that Bjorn was trying to convince Oak to participate in a drinking contest.
Trying. Yes.
Failing, I bet.
Probably. It would take a persuasion roll from Bjorn's character sheet.
I can provide that.
If you wish.
Might as well.
Well,
Yep.
okay then.
On brand.
That is on brand.
Yep. So, no. Oak is not drinking.
And Bjorn is disappointed.
Yes.
Skunk is going to come up in the middle of all that.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah. So, you can do that, talk to people from really, really far away thingy with your magic, right?
I can, yes. Assuming I know who they
Can I-
are, or am described who I'm looking for.
Yeah, the dragon we talked to.
Oh,
Yeah, we kind of got we had a bit of a disagreement when we were out and about. Figured we'd divide and conquer, so to speak. And ultimately, I just want to know, if Ozza has agreed to, speak with us to address my mirror thingy. Where and when does she want to do that, so that we can do that? Because I get the impression this group does not deal well with the unknowns, and currently that's a big one.
yeah. Yeah. We also have somewhat of a stubborn streak, some of us.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Some more so than others.
You get used to it.
Oh, I don't doubt it. That doesn't make it any less frustrating when you're going in opposition to that stubborn flow, though.
So I take it then you want me to confirm things with Ozza, as you asked there.
If it's no trouble, I know that spells can only be done so many times and they're tiring. Just, if it's
Yeah.
okay.
Magic is magic, and as long as I'm not having to worry about fighting anything in the near future, I can do what's needed.
Yee.
All right. And you just want me to confirm that she's willing to speak to you?
Just want to confirm that that's still on and where and when that meeting is going to happen.
All right. I can do that.
Yee.
So he will focus on his magic for a moment. And there would have to be this kind of roll in here because reasons. Okay. Sure, money is money.
Seemed like it might be relevant. I don't know.
All right. So you can tell, even Skunk, not really know. Well, Skunk does know how magic works. He has it himself.
Yeah.
So you'll see that he sort of cast a spell multiple times to get more extended conversations. But he will eventually come back and, well, she did say that she was going to follow through with what was said initially, which was she was willing to see you, speak with you, see what you had going on, if she knew anything about it. It's possible that she doesn't. There are a lot of dragons, so if that mirror is connected to some other dragon's horde, she's not really going to have any idea. But she will ultimately take audience with us, if however briefly, because apparently she has some other thing that she's got to focus on as well.
That's fair. Where and when? That's all I really need to know.
She said that you could meet with her, or that all of us could meet with her in the mountains to the east. That her collector, Cad, our friend Cad, he would know where that is in particular.
I
And
thought it was an office.
he described it as an office, but it's technically just a cave. It's an office.
A cave with a desk.
It's an office in function.
Yes, it's an office in function, but it's also just a cave.
Yeah, just keep me up.
I mean, what is a room but an artificial cave with flat walls?
Yes, exactly. See?
Yep.
Makes sense to me. So he will, she said that she could meet us there in 3 days.
3 days. Okay.
She has some things going on.
Good to know.
She has some things going on that she still has to settle, but she will meet in that particular space where she would typically meet up with Cad, and she is willing to meet with all of us.
Yee! Awesome. Then as soon as Silver and Co. get back, we can let all of them know about that, and I can let her know that she's being way too untrusting.
To be fair, it's not likely that she would back down, but it is still possible, just so you're aware.
I mean, yeah, but I also find that you generally get better results if you assume honey rather than vinegar.
You're not wrong about that.
And if you assume incorrectly, well, just shoot your problem after the fact, but wait for it to bite first. Otherwise, you're just inviting to get shot back, and then it's all just a big old circle jerk of who said what and who shot first, and I cannot be bothered to deal with that. I had to deal with that enough back home.
You know, you're pretty insightful for a young one.
Hey, you try being the only kobold growing up in a human community. You'll learn to see through the facades pretty quick. You also learn how to make use of those facades to disarm people's preconceptions. You remember how when we first bumped into Shauna, I was really gung-ho about being all friendly? And deliberately amped up the cuteness?
It did seem to work.
Yeah, that's the point. I do it on purpose because I know what I am.
And I tap my horns and I flex my claws, swish the tail a bit.
I'm dragonkin. People look at me and are like, ugh. Because either kobolds are known for being like all like stinky, living in caves and sewers and launching ineffective raids and having a fuck ton of traps and like breeding everywhere. I know that's the reputation I just have innately, and I've had to figure out ways to make people drop that preconception. Being really cute, kind of for step one, but it doesn't work unless I know how people work. I had to figure that out the hard way.
You know, you say that you were raised in a human family.
I was raised by a human mom, didn't have a dad.
Did your mother have any other children?
Nope.
So it was just the two of you?
Well, I mean, we were in a pretty decent-sized village, and so I had plenty of people I talked to and met, but as far as, like, family goes, it was just me and Mom. I mean, there was this Kenku I talked to sometimes. He was like a grandpa, but I'm not really sure he counts.
You know, if we get the chance, when we make our way back to Gradiriel, if you want to follow us back after all of this, I think I should take you to my family's village.
Oh, yeah?
It's interesting. We, a lot of the family that I have had for the past several years has been different. All of us. It's kind of a melting pot of a bunch of different people. I know you may not necessarily have caught on to the specifics, but for the last little over a decade, I was actually raised around our friend Yong as a sibling. I think of Yong as my sister.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Which is very strange, given that, I'm 6 foot in blue and she's 4'10" and a dwarf. So,
I mean, hey, it's not any weirder than me and my mom. She's over there, like 5'11" human woman with a bow and arrow, and I'm over here, little green thing. Yeah, that's kind of bare my teeth.
yep. And in particular, given your much cuter nature about you, and maybe a little bit of that dragon nature too. She might be a little curious about that as well. I have a little sister that I think might adore hanging out with you. And I do mean little sister. She's littler than you.
Oh, really? That's not common that I bump into that.
Yep.
Like, I know that, like, I walk by, like, babies from time to time, because, people have those tucked away in their homes, but it is a rare day someone shows me their baby.
She's not necessarily a baby, but she is a child. She's much younger than any of the rest of us. But at the same time, she's also, someone like the fellow that we met in the cave, the gnome. She's a gnome. She's a young, not quite adult gnome. And gnomes are 3 foot, 4 foot normally, and she's still growing, so she's like 2 foot. She's like this tall.
As long as she doesn't pull my tail.
I might have to make sure to tell her not to do that.
Yeah, like, I know this thing is kind of thick, and he, like, brings it around, like, holds onto the tip, but it is really sensitive. Also, it attaches directly to my butt.
Of course.
I don't want people touching my butt.
That's fair.
That is my butt.
She has blue
That
hair.
is for my hands only. That came out wrong.
She has blue hair, for what it's worth. It's kind of cool.
I like her already.
Anyway, so there you go. Small little conversation for Oak and Skunk.
Yee.
And
Eventually, the 3 shows up.
Yep, the others will return. And I think, given that we are missing a Bjorn, and we
Probably a good idea to halt for the time being.
yeah, if we can double check to see if Bjorn wants to go to the always nightly festival or what have you, and then figure out what to do from there. See if Silver.
But that'll
actually,
be for next time.
Yep. See if Silver wants to
Well-
actually meet Azza in 3 days.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see. We'll have all that to communicate next time.
Yep. Alrighty. So,
Thought there would be more
I do
conversation.
like the
Okay.
slot Skunk is sort of finding in the group dynamic.
yeah.
Like, everyone else is, like, really jaded and cynical, but Skunk is like,
I want to give people
Well-
the benefit of the doubt.
Not everyone is jaded and cynical.
Cash rule, isn't?
Cad
but, like, there
isn't.
is a lot of...
I doubt Bjorn is. Oh, definitely not. And then,
But there
Young,
is still
yeah.
a lot of jaded, cynical energy that Skunk is kind of the foil to, almost.
Yeah, it's mostly because
I guess it's just mainly radiating from Silver.
Yeah, because she's very much the, I was in hell for a year.
Yeah, and there's other things that are going on with her right now that no one's apparently picking up on. But okay.
I've picked up on that there's like a family thing.
Well, yes, there is a family thing, but I'm just talking about with the group dynamic right now.
She does seem more grumpy than usual, but Skunk wouldn't know that because he's new here.
She came across Riven's axes and is carrying them around, isn't she?
no.
No. She
Those
came
were
across
destroyed.
you. She came across Cad,
Yeah, she's getting,
and she has some opinions.
she's a little grumpy with regard to Cad, I think.
Sorry.
Is what it is.
Well, you don't know what you need to be sorry for. No one's talked to her about it.
But
Out
regardless,
of character, I perceive it. I don't think he would necessarily have perceived it.
yeah. But regardless,
But he's very a perceptive person, though.
Not
wait,
as
that's
much
just with the
as
smell.
iron.
he's
It's like
Perceptive, not
the heck.
bit of a
that's
difference.
Well,
perception.
It's the thing is,
17
he's going off of someone that
versus
was
31.
jolly and stuff, and then a year later, she's being like a really cold person.
Regardless,
You've
I
been
think
through some things.
we can do last time and stuff because I just saw like a power blink for me. No,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I would probably
I
say
had a brown
about
out
that.
earlier today.
we'll do. This has been Shadows can be Kenneth, and then I'll do the next time.
These has been Shadows of Gradiriel.
Thank you, Kat.
Yay!
Yes.
It's been a while since we heard that voice.
Yeah. Join us next time when we see how the group wants to deal with their potential plot threads and quest elements that are coming up here.
Oh, very meta.